Hello, my name is Aaron Thomas, and I am the Director of Educational Research Techniques. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at learned needs theory in the context of the classroom. So let's see what we can learn. Now, I have to start by telling you that when we're talking about learned needs, when we're talking about learned needs theory, this is a theory that is often associated with business discipline, business management, etc. And so it's looking at ways to motivate workers, as we're going to see in a few moments. The originator of this theory is David McCullen. You can see his picture down in the lower right-hand corner. And so what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to take these ideas that are commonly associated with business and see how they might work in the classroom, how you might want to take a similar approach to motivating students in your own classroom. So, according to McCullen, there are basically three things that workers need to be motivated. And of course, as you look at these three bullets here, they're often something that we might agree that students need as they're learning or as they are studying in their classroom. And so they need achievement, affiliation, and power. And so we're going to take a look at each one of these as we go forward. So achievement. People who need achievement, and this might not apply to everybody because we're all individuals, but people who are high on achievement, they desire success. They want to go out there and accomplish something, to get something done, whatever it is. And McCullen mentions that there are three primary traits of people who need achievement. They need a sense of personal responsibility. So, hey, it's up to you. This can't be done without you. We need your help for this. So, personal responsibility, where like they have an influence over what's happening in terms of their progress in something. Also, again, this probably applies more towards adults who have a little bit more wisdom. High achievers often try to pick projects with moderate amount of success. So they're not gamblers and they're not slackers, if you will. They're going to go for the medium choice where they can get some sort of incremental progress rather than go for the home run or go for the easy, no stress, no effort type projects. And so when you're working with these kind of students, again, you want to give them something where they can see some sort of progress. They're always like measuring themselves. I guess you can kind of call it like almost like a type A personality. And a last major trait of people who desire achievement, and also including students, is a desire for feedback. These students want to know how they're doing. And this might be connected with the second bullet in that they're always wanting to check and see how they're doing, mapping their progress. And to give you almost a colloquial, they want to level up. They want to, lift more weight. They want to see how they're doing compared to others. This is important to them because as they get feedback, as they're tracking their progress, they can see achievement happening. So again, as you look at these last two bullets on the screen, achievers need these things. They need responsibility. They need to have projects with moderate levels of success. They need feedback. But non-achievers, people who do not care about these things, and there's lots of students like that out there, these are probably things that they need less of. They probably don't want the feedback, especially if it's like, negative feedback or, criticism, if you will. They may not care so much about personal responsibility, that ideal of helping yourself. They might be suffering from learned helplessness. That's an example. And they probably don't care anything about the project because they don't want to achieve. Now, another thing that people need, and some need it more than others, is affiliation. And this is having positive social relationships, friends, people they can hang out with, people they can talk to. They're focused more on the emotional aspects, perhaps. The task, achievement is secondary. It might not be completely unimportant, but what they're putting first is affiliation most of the time. And so when you're dealing with affiliators, you're looking for people who want to work in groups, who want to work on projects with other people. These are the things that they need. So if you're trying to motivate people who are high on affiliation, you need to give them opportunities to affiliate, to spend time with others while keeping in mind that need that you as a teacher have for them to learn and to grow. And so again, because of this focus on friendships and relationships, they're probably not going to be too concerned about feedback in terms of how they're doing, because if the feedback is not positive, you can see how that might not be something they want to hear. And so again, when you're working with this type of student, these are the things you have to keep in mind. When you know you have students who do not care about affiliation, you have to be more careful about the groups you set up and your emphasis on, various, relationships in the classroom, because you're going to get resistance from people who don't care about affiliation, just like you would get resistance about people who do not care about achievement as much. And our last trait here, if you will, is power. And again, different people have different needs for whether it's affiliation or achievement, whatever. But power, at least in the context of what McCullen is talking about, is a desire to influence people. These are individuals who kind of want leadership type positions. And there are two types of power, at least in McCullen's theory as he defines it. And this is personal and social. So personal power is, controlling others, influencing others, if you will, for personal gain. Almost like a Machiavellian type approach to getting things done. They're in it for themselves, and they're going to connect with people for the purpose of influencing them to achieve their own goals. Now, social power, if you will, is influencing others to achieve group goals, so a greater good beyond the individual. Now, children are a little bit younger for this. They haven't quite picked up the sophistication for distinguishing between these two many times, at least not until high school. But you're going to come across people who are trying to lead others for themselves or lead others for the sake of some greater goals. And so when you're dealing with people who have a high desire for personal power, that seems to be almost like the cautious one, at least from what I'm familiar with McCullen's writings. You want to try to steer that to where they use that personal power where your goals become their goals, as an example. You want to align the goals. So if you have a young leader in your classroom and you can tell this guy has a desire for power, you want to empower him to achieve classroom goals. So it's almost similar to what we talked about with achievement, where you assign personal responsibility. Hey, I need your help. You're the only person who can do this for me. Please help the kids to do this. When you put that sense of empowering where I need your help to achieve this, this is up to you, you can curtail that personal power at least a little bit and help that student to achieve classroom goals. So you have to kind of recruit and work with them. It's tricky and it's quite the balancing act, but it is possible. For social power, normally these are more affiliation type people, where it's about the group, and it'll be easier to recruit their style of power to achieve classroom goals. So we just want to wrap up by summarizing the three components, if you will, of learned needs theory. And these are achievement, a desire to see progress, a desire to get something done, personal responsibility, etc. Affiliation, a need for relationships and working together. And also power, which is influencing others. All people have these three needs, but in different amounts. And so your job as an educator, as a teacher, is to try to find out how you can unlock a student's motivation and cooperation by seeing how much of each of these they need, whether it's achievement, affiliation, or power. Whichever one of these is going to best motivate, or whichever combination is going to best motivate the student so that you can achieve educational objectives. So I want to thank you so much for listening. My name is Darren Thomas. I am the Director of Educational Research Techniques. Take care.